There's a diner on the highway just past Moulton Road, where the coffee's always hot and the pie's always cold. I stop there every Friday on my way back to her. Order the same booth by the window like I always were. The waitress knows my name and she knows what I'll say. She says, "Honey, you look tired. Boy, you're heading home today." This is the last town before home, the last road before I'm not alone. The last mile always feels the longest to me. Last town before home, that's where I wanna be. I've been on the road 3 weeks out past Tuscaloosa, playing honky tonks for people who don't even know my name. But she left the porch light burning like she always does, and that light means more than any crowd has ever done. The waitress knows my name and she knows what I'll say. She says, "Honey, you look tired. Boy, you're heading home today." This is the last town before home, the last road before I'm not alone. The last mile always feels the longest to me. Last town before home, that's where I wanna be. Pulled into the driveway just as the sun went down. She was on the porch swing in her old blue gown. She didn't say a word, just walked down those 3 steps, and I held her like a man who knows what matters best. The waitress knows my name and she knows what I'll say. She says, "Honey, you look tired. Boy, you're heading home today." This is the last town before home, the last road before I'm not alone. The last mile always feels the longest to me. Last town before home, that's where I wanna be. Last town before home, that's where I wanna be. Mama never moved his chair from the head of the table. She still irons his Sunday shirt when she feels able, sets his coffee cup right where it always stood. Says she knows he ain't coming, but a habit that old is good. The neighbors said move on, but she just smiled and said some loves don't end when a man leaves his bed. She still sets one extra place at the table every night, still leaves the radio on the station he liked. Love like that don't answer to reason or to time. She still sets one extra place, and Lord, I understand why. I drove out there last Sunday with my daughter in the back. Mama made her biscuits and she never once looked back. But when we bowed our heads, she said his name out loud, same as she has done every Sunday since the ground. The neighbors said move on, but she just smiled and said some loves don't end when a man leaves his bed. She still sets one extra place at the table every night, still leaves the radio on the station he liked. Love like that don't answer to reason or to time. She still sets one extra place, and Lord, I understand why. My daughter asked me on the drive back home that evening, Daddy, why does Grandma set a plate for someone leaving? I held the wheel and thought about what love cost a person, and said, baby, real love don't stop when the hurting worsens. The neighbors said move on, but she just smiled and said some loves don't end when a man leaves his bed. She still sets one extra place at the table every night, still leaves the radio on the station he liked. Love like that don't answer to reason or to time. She still sets one extra place, and Lord, I understand why. She still sets one extra place, and Lord, I understand why. The dairy bar opens up at 6:30. The parking lot fills up with trucks and the jukebox kicks. Billy Ray's got his boots on and his hair combed back, and every girl in Jackson County knows exactly that. It ain't much to look at from the outside looking in, but on a Saturday night, this town comes alive again. Saturday night in a small town, everybody shows. Somebody's always got a guitar, and everybody knows the words to every old song that the jukebox plays. Saturday night in a small town. God, I love these days. The Carters brought their twin girls and their granddad too. He two-stepped with Miss Lorraine like the old man always do. Somebody lit a bonfire out behind the mill, and the sound of all those voices carried up the hill. It ain't much to look at from the outside looking in, but on Saturday night, this town comes alive again. Saturday night in a small town, everybody shows. Somebody's always got a guitar, and everybody knows the words to every old song that the jukebox plays. Saturday night in a small town. God, I love these days. Now I've been to Atlanta, and I've been to Nashville too, but nothing ever filled me up the way this small town do. When Monday comes, I'll drive back to my 9 to 5, but Saturday nights like this remind me I'm alive. It ain't much to look at from the outside looking in, but on a Saturday night, this town comes alive again. Saturday night in a small town, everybody shows. Somebody's always got a guitar, and everybody knows the words to every old song that the jukebox plays. Saturday night in a small town. God, I love these days. Saturday night in a small town. God, I love these days. My father's hands were rough as any bark strip pine, cracked at every knuckle from the cold and from the grind. He never wore a watch and he never wore a ring, but those hands built everything that matters to me. He never said I love you, not in so many words, but a man who works that hard, Lord, his actions get heard. My father's hands, they built the barn, they mended every fence. My father's hands, they held me up when nothing else made sense. I didn't understand it when I was young and proud. everything. His voice never got loud. I watched him at the kitchen sink on Sunday after church, scrubbing off the week's work with a bar of dirt black soap. Mama'd bring his coffee and he'd nod without a word, the quietest kind of love, but the strongest I have heard. He never said I love you, not in so many words, but a man who works that hard, Lord, his actions get heard. My father's hands, they built the barn, they mended every fence. My father's hands, they held me up when nothing else made sense. I didn't understand it when I was young and proud. My father's hand said everything. His voice never got loud. Now my father's hands lay still beside him in the bed. The doctor said a few more days, and I just bowed my head. I took those hands in mine and felt the weight of every year, every nail he drove, every field he cleared. He never said I love you, not in so many words, but a man who works that hard, Lord, his actions get heard. My father's hands, they built the barn, they mended every fence. My father's hands, they held me up when nothing else made sense. I didn't understand it when I was young and proud. My father's hands said everything. His voice never got loud. My father's hands said everything. His voice never got loud. The bank took back the farmhouse on a cold November day. I stood there in the gravel as they carried it away. 300 acres of my family's sweat and name gone before the winter birds even learned to fly again. My neighbor put his arm around me, didn't say a word. Sometimes a man's silence is the kindest thing you've heard. But I got a wife who stayed when staying wasn't easy. I got 2 kids who think their daddy hung the moon. I got a God who never once let go. When I was sinking, I'm richer than I ever was, just not the way I used to know. We moved into a 2-room house on Mercy Baptist Road. My wife hung curtains on the windows, and she never showed one moment of regret or shame about where we'd come. She said, baby, what we lost ain't close to what we've won. My neighbor put his arm around me, didn't say a word. Sometimes a man's silence is the kindest thing you've heard. But I got a wife who stayed when staying wasn't easy. I got 2 kids who think their daddy hung the moon. I got a God who never once let go. When I was sinking, I'm richer than I ever was, just not the way I used to know. What it means to be a rich man. I turned the truck off in the driveway and I took his hand. I said, son, it ain't the acres and it ain't the square feet. It's who's at the table when you bow your head to eat. My neighbor put his arm around me, didn't say a word. Sometimes a man's silence is the kindest thing you've heard. But I got a wife who stayed when staying wasn't easy. I got 2 kids who think their daddy hung the moon. I got a God who never once let go. When I was sinking, I'm richer than I ever was, just not the way I used to know. Richer than I ever was, just not the way I used to know. Drove back into Clanton on a late October day. 20 years of living had kept me far away. The hardware store is a coffee shop, the mill is a parking lot, but the old white steeple still stands on the hill where it always stood. Some things change so fast, you barely know the place. But some things hold so steady, they can anchor any day. Same old church bell ringing on a Sunday morning still. Same old voice of something steady rolling down that hill. The world kept spinning faster, but that bell kept its time. The same old church bell, Lord, it sounds like mine. I stopped at the cemetery on the old gravel road, left some yellow wildflowers where my parents are laid low. Stood there in the quiet with the October wind blowing cold. Felt 20 years just fold up like a letter growing old. Some things change so fast, you barely know the place. But some things hold so steady, they can anchor any day. Same old church bell ringing on a Sunday morning still. Same old voice of something steady rolling down that hill. kept spinning faster, but that bell kept its time. The same old church bell, Lord, it sounds like mine. I sat in the back pew where my grandma used to sit, the hymn book in the rack, same one I'd bet. The preacher was younger and the faces mostly new, but the bell rang out at noon just like it always do. Some things change so fast you barely know the place, but some things hold so steady they can anchor any day. Same old church bell ringing on a Sunday morning still, same old voice of something steady rolling down that hill. The world kept spinning faster, but that bell kept its time. Same old church bell, Lord, it sounds like mine. Same old church bell, Lord, it sounds like mine. He packed our lunches every morning before the sun came up. Learned to braid my sister's hair and never once gave up. Wore the same 3 shirts to work for 7 years straight. Never missed a school play, never once came late. He never talked about the night she left without goodbye, but we saw him at the kitchen table, head bowed, asking why. He raised us on his own with nothing but his hands and his faith. He raised us on his own, Lord, he filled up every space. She left a hole that no one talked about out loud. He raised us on his own, and he made us proud. On Christmas Eve he'd stay up late to wrap our gifts in brown paper. Said Santa wasn't rich, but Santa always came. I found him once asleep in the chair at 3 in the morning, tinsel on his shoulder and a smile on his face. He never talked about the night she left without goodbye, but we saw him at the kitchen table, head bowed, asking why. He raised us on his own with nothing but his hands and his faith. He raised us on his own, Lord, he filled up every space. She left a hole that no one talked about out loud. He raised us on his own, and he made us proud. Now my sister's got 3 kids, and I got 2 of my own. And every time I tuck them in, I think about back home, about a man in a small kitchen making do with what he had. The best mother that we ever had was our dad. He never talked about the night she left without goodbye, but we saw him at the kitchen table, head bowed, asking why. He raised us on his own with nothing but his hands and his faith. He raised us on his own, Lord, he filled up every space. She left a hole that no one talked about out loud. He raised us on his own, and he made us proud. He raised us on his own, and he made us proud. I came back in September with nothing but a bag. Didn't tell nobody, just pulled up the gravel drive. The old screen door still squeaked on the same rusty hinge, and the smell of the pine trees hit me like I was 17. Some men come back broken, and some come back changed, but this old farm asked nothing, it just let me be the same. Quiet does the healing that the loud world never could. Quiet does the healing like I always knew it would. The creek don't ask my story, and the fields don't need my name. Quiet does the healing, and I'm coming back again. I fixed the fence along the east side of the hill. Took me 3 whole days, and Lord, it felt so good. Slept without the dreaming for the first time in 2 years. Woke up to a mockingbird instead of what I feared. Some men come back broken, and some come back changed, but this old farm asked nothing, it just let me be the same. Quiet does the healing that the loud world never could. Quiet does the healing like I always knew it would. The creek don't ask my story, and the fields don't need my name. Quiet does the healing, and I'm coming back again. Brought a casserole on the second Sunday. Didn't ask a single question, just said, glad you're back. We sat out on the tailgate watching the sun go down, and I felt something loosen that had been wound too tight around. Some men come back broken, and some come back changed, but this old farm asked nothing, it just let me be the same. Quiet does the healing that the loud world never could. Quiet does the healing like I always knew it would. The creek don't ask my story, and the fields don't need my name. Quiet does the healing, and I'm coming back again. Quiet does the healing, came back through town at the edge of a summer rain. Found the paint on the house peeled off, but the porch still had his name. The mailbox leaned a little, and the oak tree had grown wide, but the gravel in the driveway felt the same beneath my tires. A few old dreams had faded, and a few good friends moved on, but that front door still remembered every word of that song. One more light on the porch, one more chance to come on in, one more chair by the table for the ones we lost in them. The world keeps turning harder, but this home still knows my face. One more light on the porch keeps the dark from taking place. Mama left the coffee on, and Daddy left the radio low. That house could tell a story with the quietest hello. I stood there for a minute, just letting memory land, like a blessing on the shoulders of a tired and grateful man. A few old dreams had faded, and a few good friends moved on, but that front door still remembered every word of that song. One more light on the porch, one more chance to come on in, one more chair by the table for the ones we lost in them. The world keeps turning harder, but this home still knows my face. One more light on the porch keeps the dark from taking place. I told my boy this place ain't made of boards and nails. It's the laughter in the hallway and the answers in the tales. It's the light that stays up waiting when your road has gone too long. It's the kind of love that holds you when your strength is nearly gone. A few old dreams had faded, and a few good friends moved on, but that front door still remembered every word of that song. One more light on the porch, one more chance to come on in, one more chair by the table for the ones we lost in them. The world keeps turning harder, but this home still knows my face. One more light on the porch keeps the dark from taking place. One more light on the porch keeps the dark from taking place. Pulled up slow at the end of a long, hard day, with a tired old heart and and too many bills to pay. The house looked dark, but the porch light stayed on, like it knew I'd be late, but it knew I'd come home. The crickets sang low in the screen door side, and that little bit of light felt better than pride. Front porch after midnight, one light in the dark, a worn-out man finding peace in a little backyard. No need for riches when the night feels right. Front porch after midnight keeps me alive. Mama used to wait there with a glass of sweet tea, and Daddy'd sit in the rocker and just talk to me about the rain on the roof and the way good things last. How the best part of living is the moments that pass. The crickets sang low on the screen door side, and that little bit of light felt better than pride. Front porch after midnight, one light in the dark, a worn-out man finding peace in a little backyard. No need for riches when the night feels right. Front porch after midnight keeps me alive. Now my own kids run barefoot through the summer heat, chasing lightning bugs down along the gravel street. And I sit in that same chair where my old man sat, thinking heaven might feel a whole lot like that. The crickets sang low in the screen door side, and that little bit of light felt better than pride. Front porch after midnight, one light in the dark, a worn-out man finding peace in a little backyard. No need for riches when the night feels right. Front porch after midnight keeps me alive. Front porch after midnight keeps me alive.